Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm finally feeling so much better after battling a really bad cold the whole of last week, and also between packing down the whole house and stuff, I've really not filmed any videos, but I've finally gotten down to it today, and the much awaited ColourPop haul is today. So I just thought I would film this video and show you guys the stuff that I got and what my thoughts are on the products. So let's flip this camera around and get straight into it. Okay guys, so in total I have about like 8 products to show you guys. I just switched the lens to the 50 mm, so the focus on this lens is a little jumpy, so just bear with me. But let's start off with Over the Edge. So Over the Edge is this really beautiful quad, like it's a foursome of the Supershock eyeshadows, and it comes in this beautiful cardboard packaging. What I love about ColourPop is, of course, one, they are cruelty free, but they're also very conscious of using as little plastic as possible. That's what I really feel. So yeah, I just like the fact that they've used pretty much cardboard packaging, but they've also paid a lot of attention to the detail, and just with little things like the sort of metallic embossing there, which I really liked. Now the inside has all the eyeshadows, and you can see I can kind of stick my finger through. I've taken out one of them to show you what the inner casing is of the eyeshadows. So this is one of the eyeshadows from Over the Edge, and I will show you swatches in a bit, but this is what the eyeshadow comes in. Now you have to be a little careful to make sure that you close this really tight, because these eyeshadows do dry out eventually, and this is a cream to powder formulation. I have been wearing them for quite a bit now, and I really love the staying power of these. They blend super easily, and I just love all the different finishes that you get with them. So this is the shade Wild Thoughts, which is from the Over the Edge palette, and I also want to show you that you get the eyeshadow names at the back on the box. So we have the shade Come Clean, we have the shade what is this, DGAF, we also have the shade Fade In, and then we have the shade Wild Thoughts. So these are the four shades, and you can see that it has the cruelty free logo at the back as well, so that's how you know that this is a cruelty free brand. So let's just get into the swatches. Yeah, so the first shade, this gold shade here on top, is Come Clean. Then you have DGAF, which is a really pretty coppery shade with gold flecks in it. Then you have Fade In, which is a matte shade, and then you have this beautiful shade here, which is called Wild Thoughts, which is like this beautiful electric magenta pink shade. Now, just because it was the first palette and I kind of mucked up a bit, but you can see the swatches on the back of my arm. Let me just try and get this to focus. Yeah, so the first four from the top, like on my arm, it's like from the left going right. So you can see these are the shades of the first Super Shock quad, and you can see how beautiful the finishes are. So the first two have a lot of glitter in them, and you can see how beautiful the sparkle is in them. The third shade, which is that beautiful gold shade, is sort of a metallic finish, and then the last one is more of a matte brown, as you can see. Now these don't budge whatsoever, so the staying power on them is really long, and I really love them. Now we're going to move on to the What Went Down uh, Super Shock Foursome, and this is a slightly deeper, I would say, kind of more of a, I think it's more of a cool toned eyeshadow palette. And once again, you can see the packaging is pretty similar to Over the Edge, so you can expect pretty much the same in terms of just the plastic encasing with all with the ColourPop logo on the top as well. Guys, I'm really sorry that I'm using this lens, but since I'm filming like with one hand, this was the easier lens to mount onto the camera. The 18135 is so huge and so heavy that it gets really challenging to kind of, do things with one hand and maneuver stuff and all of that. So I've just, for convenience sake, put on the 50 mm lens, and it's a bit jumpy. You can see that the focus is a bit bouncy. But anyway, let's just talk about these shades now. So you get the shade Crossing Lines, Dynasty, Off the Grid, and Bow Down, and I've actually arranged them back in accordance so you guys can see. So Crossing Lines is a matte shade. Then you have Dynasty, which is this really deep brown kind of matte. It's again a matte shade. Then you have the shade Off the Grid, and then you have the shade Bow Down. And if you look closely, it also tells you what sort of finish the eyeshadows have. So I really love that they've paid attention to really small details like that, which that's something I really enjoy when I see, whenever I'm going to buy makeup and things like that. It's nice to know the kind of finishes you're going to get. So let's just go on to the next four swatches on my arm, and I have swatched them in the same order. So you can see the first shade is Crossing Lines. Second one is Dynasty, which is again that matte plum sort of shade. Then we have Off the Grid, which is the more uh, like I would say, it looks more of like a burgundy, sort of shade. I don't know. You guys tell me. And then the last one is Bow Down, which is this gorgeous sort of plummy purple. So you can see the last two shades have a lot of glitter in them, and the first two shades are a matte finish as well. The first one might seem a little faded on my arm, but since I'm a bit fair, these sort of light colors don't show up too well on the swatches of my arm, like when I'm swatching them on my arm. But don't worry, these are very, very pigmented and very beautiful eyeshadows, and yeah, extremely good staying power. I do feel with what went down, like these eyeshadows I feel might have dried down just a little bit. So that's why I want you guys to remember, if you do get a ColourPop eyeshadow, to kind of make sure you shut the containers really, really well, because they do dry out pretty quickly. So that's just something to keep in mind. So next, let's move on to the ColourPop Supershock collection. What is this one though? Oh, it just says Supershock Shadow Collection. I don't really know. Oh yeah, it does say that. Okay, so it says Phase Me Out on the back. It didn't really mention that on the front. So this is a little different in terms of the packaging. I think it's a bit cute. It's kind of, I don't know, it's pretty kiddish in my opinion, but in a cute way, and I really like it. And I kind of like how they've tried to, I don't know, I feel like they kind of indicate what kind of color theme you might get in there, in my opinion. So you can see that it's kind of similar to the outer packaging, right? I mean, that's how, like, if you look at this, you can kind of tell that it's kind of close to the packaging. That's just my opinion. And the same thing, once again, you get your shades at the back. You have the shades Going Rogue, you have the shade Itty Bitty, you have the shade Flipper, and then the shade One by One. And these are the swatches on my arm right here. Let's just get the camera to focus. So yeah, so you get the first shade, which is Going Rogue, which is the pearl finish. You get Itty Bitty, which is a satin matte finish, sort of corally shade there. Then you get the shade Flipper, which is this very, I would say, peachy toned metallic shade, which has a lot of glitter. So they call their glitter shades metallic for some reason, but I think, okay, that's cool. And you also have another pearlized finish eyeshadow, which is the last one, called One by One. So I'd say this palette is very sort of, not palette, but these four shadows are very like good for springtime, very fresh, sort of beautiful colors. And yeah, I really like these as well. Now in case you guys are curious about shipping and stuff like that, I did order this on the ColourPop website, and ColourPop does ship for free if you pay, I think, above $50. However, you are gonna get screwed at customs. Let me just be really, really honest. So from my research, I think there's a 40% tax that is applicable on beauty products. So that's just something to keep in mind. I think it is 40%, or maybe 42 if I'm not mistaken, but somewhere between that range. So just if you're doing your calculation, so say if you're getting, you just have to do 40% of whatever price you're paying, into rupees. So that's kind of what you'll probably end up paying at customs for these products. That's really unfortunate, but that's just how it is. So these are like the like I said, these are the FOURSOME. So you can just, I think these are more value for money, in the sense that these are just nicely curated and things like that, and you get a majority of the shades instead of kind of picking singles out. But I did buy some singles either, so I mean either way. So I did pick up the Supershock singles, and this is the shade, what is the shade? So this is the shade Brady. It's again a matte finished eyeshadow, and I picked up this what is this one? I picked up CATNAP, which is a gorgeous, like, everyday. I think I mean I use this quite a lot. And then I have this other gorgeous shade, which is called Dare, and it's a stunning purple. I just love it so much. I wore it the other day after I did a smoky eye, and it just looked so good. So yeah, I just wish this camera would focus a little bit better. But yeah, these are just some amazing eyeshadows, and it's pretty much the same, like I said, you can expect the same encasing there. So I don't want to unpack these right now. But yeah, the singles, if you're just getting a single, then it comes with this small like cardboard box, which is kind of cute. Then let's just move on to the eyeshadow palettes. So let me start off with the first one that I bought. So this is the Femme Rosa palette. This is the Karuchi and ColourPop. I think they did a, what is it called, they did a collaboration. So this is the eyeshadow palette. I don't know if these are still available, but yeah, let's just talk about it. This was actually the first ColourPop product I ever bought, and I was trying so hard to do a review on this, but I don't know, lots of other things kept happening as usual. But I don't want to be someone who makes all these stupid excuses, so here we are today doing a review on this. So yeah, I just love this. This is a very, very feminine palette. This is the outer packaging, you know, and it has this beautiful gold embossing on the front, and it's got all the eyeshadow names at the back. So you can see the Ladylike, Babe, what is that, Dainty, Chic, Mademoiselle, Gal, Empress, and you can see the others when you get them. So yeah, so you also get the eyeshadow printed right at the back on the main palette itself. Now the main palette feels really amazing, like in the sense it's extremely sturdy for the price that you pay. I just think it's such a beautiful eyeshadow palette. I love how they've done this thick cardboard, you know, packaging with the beautiful roses on the front. It's extremely feminine to look at. And let's just go on into the colors now. So yeah, so this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. I really, really love these shades. So beautiful and so pigmented. I'm just going to do a couple of swatches to show you guys. Just one matte shade and one of the glitter shades to show you all. Let's just get this cam so you can see it's extremely pigmented. And yeah, let me try and swatch them. So I'm going to swatch them on my leg because my arms are pretty. So yeah, that's how they look. So extremely pigmented and full of glitter on one of them, and the matte shade as well is extremely pigmented. These blend really beautifully. And staying power wise, I actually haven't paid too much attention on how long the staying power is on this, but I would like to say that they last a while because I did wear it when I did that look. I did a look, so I'm going to link the look in this video, like either in the description box, or you can see the top right corner will have a little eye logo there. You can click it and it'll be I'll link the video in which I've used this eyeshadow palette. So yeah, these are beautiful colors, very warm. I mean, not all of them are warm, but you can see that it's a pretty good curation of colors, very good for every day, and extremely feminine colors. So I really, really love this palette. And the next one I got was the You Had Me at Hello palette, and again it comes in this beautiful, like, I love the embossing on the front. I just really love it. I think it's such a beautiful touch. And yeah, you just get your typical photo, like, sort of paper packaging there, and then this is the palette on the inside. So once again you can see that it's this hard sort of cardboard, and you know, the size of these are really lovely. That's what I like about them. They are so travel friendly, and I don't know how to explain it, but I've used a lot of other palettes before, and this just feels so comfortable uh, in hand. Like if you're, you know, you're an artist and you're working with a palette and things like that, I think this is very comfortable in the hand as well. I just love the size of this. I don't know how else to say it, but yeah, it's really nice. So this is the You Had Me at Hello palette. I would say it has a little more, I think it has a little less warmth in my opinion. Like if you're looking at this in person compared to, let's just get that Femme Rosa palette out again to see the two. I just feel like you can see how much more orange and a little more warm that is compared to this. So I would say this is kind of on the neutral cool side in my opinion. You might get a little bit of warmth with this shade here, but nothing too warm if you compare it to like the other shades of the Femme Rosa palette. So again, a really beautiful palette to have in store. I think these colors, like the combination of, I mean, the having this, the You Had Me at Hello and the Femme Rosa palette, you can do a lot of everyday looks and a lot of bridal looks with them. I really think these are two beautiful palettes to have if you're someone who loves, you know, bridal makeup. So these are definitely, you know, the eyeshadow palettes for that. Just trying to get the camera to focus. Yeah, so these are the swatches from that palette, and I'm just gonna swatch them at on my leg again because my arms are completely full of swatches. Yep, so you can see how pigmented those are, and really beautiful colors once again. So actually that is pretty much the eyeshadows that I have. I am going to just switch the camera. I mean, I'm just going to take a moment and swatch these 3 shades for you guys and show you all the swatches of that, and that pretty much sums up the video. So let me just swatch those and come right back. So these are the last 3 Supershock shades that I wanted to show you guys. So the first one is CATNAP, this one in the middle, the matte shade is BRADY, and third shade is Day. So you can see these are really, really beautiful. Once again, just absolutely love the ColourPop eyeshadows. So that pretty much sums up the entire video. But thank you once again and lots of love, and I shall see you guys in the next one. If you have any questions regarding this, please leave them in the comments below. I'm just trying to think if there's something else I need to tell you guys. So yeah, in terms of the price point, I do believe that each of the Supershock eyeshadows retail for around $5, and both of these palettes, I think I got this for around $16, but there was a discount going on the ColourPop site, so I think I picked it up for a little less even. So yeah, I think ColourPop is a really amazing, affordable brand, excellent quality. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about them. So yeah, that's all I wanted to tell you guys. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I shall definitely do a look with all of these products very soon. I would ideally love to do that when I'm back at my regular setup in Bombay. I really would, because I just feel like it will be much better and less, I think it'll be better coordinated, to be honest. But yeah, for now, this is just what I wanted to show you guys. So see you guys really soon. Lots and lots of love, and yeah, thank you so much.